What if I told you that right now, deep in the Arabian desert, they're building a city straight out of your wildest science fiction dreams? A city where flying cars zoom past mirror-covered skyscrapers, where robots serve breakfast, and where it snows in the middle of the desert. Sounds impossible, right? Well, get ready to have your mind blown, because this isn't science fiction, this is NEOM, Saudi Arabia's trillion-dollar bet on the future. The vision behind NEOM. Let me introduce you to the mastermind behind this mega project, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, or MBS as many call him. Imagine having so much money and power that you could reshape an entire desert. That's exactly what MBS is doing. Back in 2017, he looked at the harsh, empty desert of Tabuk and didn't see dunes, he saw the future. But this isn't just about building fancy buildings. Saudi Arabia knows it can't rely on oil money forever. That's why they're pouring a whopping $1 trillion into creating what they hope will be the world's ninth wonder. Think of it as their version of the Egyptian pyramids, but with robots and flying taxis. And get this, they're not just building it for Saudi Arabia, they want NEOM to become the new global center for technology, innovation, and human progress. The line is city like no other. Now, let me tell you about the craziest part of NEOM, the line. Picture this, 2 super tall buildings running parallel to each other for 75 miles straight. That's like building a city as long as a 3-hour car ride, but all in one straight line. These buildings will be covered in mirrors and will stretch up higher than the Empire State Building. But here's the cool part, you won't need a car to live here. The whole city is designed so you can reach everything you need in just 5 minutes by walking. And if you want to go from one end to the other, no problem. A super fast train will take you there in just 20 minutes. That's faster than most of us can get to school or work. The most mind-blowing part? The buildings will be so tall and long that engineers have to account for the curve of the Earth in their designs. Yeah, you heard that right. Living in the future. Imagine waking up in NEOM. Your robot helper brings you breakfast while you look out your window at gardens growing on the sides of buildings. Yes, you heard that right, they're planning to grow food right on the buildings. Need to go somewhere? Just hop into a flying taxi. Want to go skiing? You can do that too, right in the middle of the desert. The city will be home to some pretty wild ideas. They're planning to have an artificial moon lighting up the sky at night, and beaches with sand that glows in the dark. Your teachers might even be holograms, and you could see real satellite images projected right into the night sky. It's like someone took every cool idea from science fiction movies and decided to make them real. And here's something even cooler, they're planning to have subscription-based meals where you can get your food delivered fresh from those vertical farms right to your table, any time of day. The challenges. But building a city this amazing isn't easy. Think about it, how do you make it rain in a desert? The engineers have a solution called cloud seeding, where they create rain by changing the weather. And what about power? They'll use the desert sun to power everything through solar energy. The biggest challenge? Making sure 9 million people can live comfortably in this massive project. That's like fitting the entire population of New York City into a brand new home in the desert. They need to figure out how to get fresh water, they'll get it from the Red Sea, how to keep everyone cool in the blazing desert heat, and how to make sure all those robots and flying cars work perfectly. Another huge challenge they're tackling? Making sure the massive mirror-covered buildings don't create too much shade or reflect too much sunlight onto other parts of the city. Technology and innovation. NEOM isn't just about tall buildings and flying cars. It's going to be packed with technology we've never seen before. Surveillance drones will keep the city safe, while smart sensors will control everything from traffic to temperature. They're even planning to build a Jurassic Park-style island with robot dinosaurs. To make all this happen, they're bringing in the best minds from around the world. Engineers, architects, and designers who worked on movies like The Dark Knight and Guardians of the Galaxy are helping to make these sci-fi dreams come true. They're offering huge salaries, imagine getting paid $1 million a year, tax-free, to help build the future. And get this, they're even working with companies that specialize in creating green hydrogen power, a super clean energy source that could revolutionize how we power our cities. The timeline and progress. Right now, NEM is mostly still sand and big dreams. The original plan was to finish everything by 2030, but some experts say it might take until 2050 to complete. That's because building something this massive isn't like building a Lego set. It takes time, lots of money, and tons of careful planning. But work is already underway. They're starting to build parts of the line, setting up solar panels, and planning where everything will go. Every day, more workers and engineers arrive to help turn this desert into a futuristic paradise. And here's something exciting: they've already started testing some of their new technologies, including those autonomous vehicles and vertical farming systems. Environmental impact and sustainability. One of the coolest things about NEOM is how they're planning to make it super friendly to the environment. Everything will run on clean energy from the sun and wind. They're designing it to save 95% of the natural land, which means nature and city life will exist side by side. The buildings will be smart too. They'll know exactly how much energy they need and won't waste any. And remember those vertical farms? They'll help grow fresh food right where people live, so there's no need to transport it from far away. Plus, they're developing new ways to capture and store carbon dioxide, helping to fight climate change while building this massive city. The social impact. Think about what it would be like to live in NEOM. People from all over the world will come together in this new city. Kids might grow up with robot helpers and hologram teachers. They'll live in buildings taller than anything we've seen before and travel in ways we've only dreamed about. But it's not just about the cool gadgets. NEOM is trying to create a new way of living where everything you need is close by, where nature is protected, and where new ideas can flourish. It's like building a giant laboratory for testing out new ways to live in the future. So there you have it, NEOM, Saudi Arabia's incredible dream of building tomorrow's world today. It's ambitious, it's expensive, and some people say it's impossible. But remember, people probably said the same thing about the pyramids, and those have been standing for thousands of years. Will NEOM succeed? Will we see flying taxis zooming past mirror-covered skyscrapers in the desert? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure: it's going to be fascinating to watch this massive project unfold. If you found this journey into the future fascinating, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell to stay updated on more amazing stories like this one. Share this video with your friends and family. They won't believe what's being built in the middle of the desert. What do you think about NEOM? Would you want to live in this futuristic city? Let me know in the comments below.